Hey everybody, it's Laura Eubanks from Design for Serenity, and it's day 2 in Santee, and already lots is happening. We got a start to our boulder staging yesterday. This is such an art form, and I'm so thrilled that Hannah, well really the whole team, has taken an interest in staging rock. It's not just a question of, oh, let's throw a rock here. Which rock? And what's the prettiest face? And is it better laid down? Is it better stood up? Is it flat? Should we build a shelf behind it? These are things that we think about and sometimes consult with each other on and thoroughly enjoy. This is kind of a really big part of putting the puzzle together. So, how many boulders? What size boulders? How to work with boulders that are already here, like this big goose egg rock was here. So working in harmony with existing landscape. And I am so stoked with this initial presentation of rock. Omar and Hannah got all the way to here pretty much yesterday. And because this is a natural little downslope, what we decided to do rather than bring in soil first was to go ahead and stage the rock and then pull soil in behind. Otherwise, we would be literally digging in the boulders. We'd be digging into this slope to plant the rock, where this is just a lot easier. And I'm always for the path of least resistance. So set the rock, then bring the dirt up behind it. Win-win. We have Kevin today. Hi, Kevy. Kevy's gonna get started on the planting, and I'm going to have Omar and Haley continue on with boulder staging throughout the rest of the design. Hannah is going to head to Oasis Water Efficient to pick up our first round of tapestry plants. And yeah, so that's where we stand, and we'll get to it. Okay, it is the end, or nearing the end, of day 2 of our 4-day in Santee. And we have been very blessed by the garden gods in that don't get me wrong, it's warm, bordering on hot, but the breezes have been lovely. And we are also working a lot under the shade of a beautiful old olive tree. So update, Hannah went to Oasis Water Efficient and picked up our beautiful selection of tapestry plants. We call these the usual suspects. And it's just a riot of color and texture, things that we know will work, that are just our standards, our go-tos, that we love and that have never failed us. The little elephant in the room might be this little step stool. I was going back and forth over the last couple days, and I noticed that this Harmsii was so stressed. I mean, to the point of what is going on here, because we have others in phase 1 that aren't. So I dug around, and sure enough, it didn't get any irrigation. We missed it somehow. So what I did is I watered it very gently. And most importantly, I'm now providing shade, because you guys remember that when a plant looks like this, it has gone into survival mode, which means it's shutting down. Think about it. If I were to watered that real heavily, the plant doesn't have the capacity in its dormant state to intake that water. So the roots rot, and that's how you get summer rot on your plants. So the secret is to trick it out of dormancy, and the way we do that is to provide cooler temperatures. So by shading it and keeping the sun off, what I'm hoping is that it'll say, hey, it's not hot anymore, let's wake up, and oh goody, look, a little moisture, and that all will be well. When we do the irrigation over here, obviously we'll run a little micro around that, but I just thought you might want to see that and just have a refresher on how to handle the summer situation with water and heat. Okay, so this is just a vibe, isn't it? Yeah. Ugh, so cute. Most of our planting, our foundation planting, is done. We have an area here that looks fairly empty because we've got a a piece of a hose reel that's going to go here. And then we've got some steppers that are going here. And until that gets sorted, you know, we don't want to plant too close. So I'm going to figure that out tomorrow. Kevin worked his magic with his dry stack here around the irrigation boxes. It looks so nice. And we'll get obviously all this raked out and some rubble and some more little plants in. We just need there to be accessibility here too. Yeah, so I just got to work staging, and the guys are sinking all of our fantastic foundations here. It just never ceases to amaze me how many plants go into one of these installations. You'd think I would be immune to the shock at this stage of the game, but I'm not. Obscene amount of plants. Oh, and right here, on this variegated attenuata, see these brown marks are sunburn. This was in the full sun in Escondido. And it hasn't even been that hot in Santee, but just sitting out on the driveway for a couple hours, it started to burn. So yikes, that is cosmetic damage. It's not permanent, but unfortunately it will have to grow out of it. Under the olive tree, we worked to pretty much just manipulate the dirt that was already in there. We added only a little bit because we don't want to offend the feeder roots of the tree. And I want to support and expose the trunk because it's starting to get really gnarly and interesting. And I wanted to keep the plant material fairly simple and green because one, the tree is the thriller for me. And secondly, I wanted things that were soft because the olive is going to deciduate, it is going to drop leaves, and I don't want it to be difficult for our client to navigate around the detritus in here. The only exception to that would be our little agave attenuatas. These are screaming for them in here. They're so pretty and so structural and soft-skinned, so he can take a blower and easily just go whoop, and the leaves will just fly right on out of those. So yeah, you know, tomorrow Hannah and I will begin with the tapestry. The guys will be able to start irrigating. Greg isn't here today because he fell in the garage the other night right on his bad knee. And he is a mess. He's pretty sore. We don't think it's too emergent or serious and that nothing seems to be broken. He was here yesterday, but he was in a lot of pain. So I had him just take it easy today, and he will be back tomorrow. Oh, we still have to finish this bed. We did get our thriller in here, this beautiful aloe vera. This boulder hasn't been staged yet either. So we'll get that boulder staged, and then we'll put some complementary plants around in here too. And this will be darling when we're done. Over here, this is a pot that our client already had in his possession, and I stuck an agave bracteosa in here. This is one of the few, if not the only agave that thrives in shade. So this dappled situation, I think, will be magic for it. And it should thrive here in this pot. I have to talk to our client about irrigation. He has a couple other pots that he hand waters, and I think I'm going to have him add this one as well. And Hannah got started on some underplantings around the pot, but this is another area that we still have to complete and blow out. So you'll have to come back tomorrow to see where and how we decide to tapestry, because right now, I don't know, I don't have any idea how or what or where or anything. That's the fun of it. We just kind of make it up as we go. So please let me know in the comments if you have any burning questions, or if there's anything I did not address, or if I confused you in any way. I'll be happy to answer your questions, and we will catch you guys tomorrow on day 3 of this 4-day in Santee. Bye.